Hello, hello. Welcome to Healthy Perspectives, a podcast that takes on current cultural and social issues through a clinical lens. Hello, hello. All right. Welcome back. For those of you who are returning, for those of you who are brand new, thank you for taking the time to join us. Your tip of the day today is following the media timelines is psychological insanity and sociological and cultural suicide. Not literally. Okay. Some of you are going to take me out of context. Don't do that. It is a hugely problematic issue that we have going on right now in our social and cultural contexts. I am going to address some really important things. We are on, I believe today is the last day of September. It's the 30th. So whatever that means, I think that's tomorrow. We're rolling into a new month. How exciting is that, right? Let's get this month over with and let's focus on starting fresh in October, because September was, so let's be real, the end of August and the beginning of September has, this month has been absolutely a firestorm in the United States. Absolute firestorm in a lot of different ways too. You can't just point at one group of people and say it's them, because we've had issues from Houston to Minnesota to Utah, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Like we cannot just point at one and blame them. And if we do, we are oversimplifying the complexities of what is going on in our world right now. And so I am going to give you some highlights. Well, maybe I should call them lowlights that are related to our media coverage. Starting with August 27th, the Annunciation Church shooting in Minnesota. This targeted children. I'm going to come back to that because that is significant. September the 3rd. Most of y'all probably didn't even hear about this one. The ding dong ditch that goes bad and 2 teenagers are injured and 1 is killed in a shooting in Houston. They were playing ding dong ditch. They ding dong ditched a house and one of the kids got shot and killed. Most people probably didn't even hear about that. Its lifespan in national news was minuscule. Okay. September the 5th, Iryna Zarutska had her throat slashed on a public train. That is absolutely insanity. Absolute insanity. September the 10th, Charlie Kirk, Utah. September the 18th, there was a gubernatorial race going on in Erie, Pennsylvania, and there was a shooting there. 1 person died. On September the 27th, most of y'all probably didn't hear this one either. There was a bar fight in New Orleans that went all wild, wild west, and there were people killed. I mean, in all of these, I'm shocked. People are dying, and we're not even hardly hearing about it. But that's okay. I'm going to get to why we are coming at this today. The media delusion, if you follow media for your source of information, is absolutely inhuman. The September the 28th, there was a church shooting again in Michigan. Okay, 2 church shootings in a month and a day. Okay, this is crazy town, folks. Let's look at the data to show you how significant this is and how humanity cannot be found if you are following the media. You cannot find it. It is not in the national media. There is no such thing as humanity in the national media. All right, so follow along with me. I'm going to go back. the Annunciation church shooting, faded from our national media in less than a month. In less than a month. You hardly hear about it. And why is that significant? Earlier, I told you it targeted children. Children, people. And less than a month, we are past the the idea of, hey, let's give a crap still. Folks, this isn't okay. We should be talking about every single child that was lost. We should be talking about their families, because we should have some humanity in our process. But in the national media, it doesn't exist. The ding dong ditch, 4 to 5 days, and it was gone. And most of y'all probably didn't even hear about it in those 4 to 5 days. It was probably buried on the, the parts that people don't actually watch. The idea of like, we're coming back from a commercial, or, the 14th page in the, in the paper, or, the 30th page on their website, or like, so most of y'all, even though it was publicized, hardly any of us got that information. 4 to 5 days. Charlie Kirk, in 2 to 3 weeks, they say 12 to 15 days. And it was fading from the media. The only thing that kept it going was there was some pouring out of people in his when his wife spoke, when he had the that ceremony, at which point it sort of resurfaced, but it was already fading. The gubernatorial race in Erie, 2 to 3 days. Somebody died there. Somebody died. 2 to 3 days. Nobody even talks about her. New Orleans, 2 to 3 days. Again, it was probably buried, but 2 to 3 days. The church in Michigan, the LDS church in Michigan, fading in 2 days already. It's already fading. Now, I am not a political podcast. I am a clinical counselor. That's what I do. And I address current social cultural issues. And I try to help people frame these in a way that is helpful. So that's what I'm going to do. Psychologically speaking, I'm looking at the internal process of this human experience. And I'm telling you some of the things that I'm seeing as a clinical professional. Number one, we are being desensitized to death and these heinous acts. Desensitized, meaning we are being taught to not care. That's what we're being taught. We are being taught you got to suck it up and you got to move on. But try to tell that to any one of these 12 deaths that I just described. And that doesn't count the injured, and that doesn't count the traumatized. Just the people who died. We are being desensitized. Number two, sensationalized responses are being encouraged. We are being encouraged to default to our emotional experience, which is not healthy. It is healthy to have emotions. You ought to have emotions. But being driven by your emotions is not wise. Being informed by your emotions, absolutely. To take those and put them into a context of thought to vet them out through the thinking process, good activity. You should do it. We should not be driven by our emotion. We should acknowledge the information the emotion is giving us, though. But we're actually being taught to be driven by the emotion. Not good. Number 3, individual over the community has reached a tipping point. We are focusing on the prosperity of one over the prosperity of many. Over and over and over. We are having it shoved down our throats, and our psyches cannot counter it without intentional effort. If your friend gets this thing, I want it too. It's the keeping up with the neighbors. I want the best. Selfishness is being promoted. Selflessness is being suppressed. It is that simple. We have reached a tipping point, and selfishness is rampant. Well, I feel sad, therefore I can do what I want. I feel angry, so I can do what I want. That is what is being taught in our national media. That's the internal experience of these kinds of things that are going on, and the dismissal of them, which happens very, very quickly. Of like, hey, let's move on to the next emotion. Hey, let's move on to the next selfish thing that you want, because that's what we as the media will do. That's what our national media does. They are taking care of themselves. They are not interested in taking care of you in the community. The external response. Let's go to the media specifically. I got 4 points here from the media specifically. Number 1, they are interested in what they consider to be number 1, their bottom line, the dollars. 2, first is best, even when it's inaccurate, because that's how you captivate the emotion. Folks, they're manipulating you. Number 3, they're manipulating you and your emotions on purpose. They're trying to be first, to have that first emotional reaction. So 2 and 3 go hand in hand. Number 4, life is not being prioritized. I know so many people who are doing good things. Are you reading about it in the national news? No, you're not. Why? Because it's not there. How do I know? These 12 deaths, I put it into AI. I kind of wanted to see what would happen. So grain of salt this one, but this is interesting. Created about 55% of the media activity in September up until today, via the names of those involved and conversations around the people or the incidents themselves. And that's impressive, because even with that, we forget about the people who died in Minnesota by the middle of September-ish, less than a month. Those kids, forgotten. They're getting 55% of the media attention, according to AI. Okay, so do what you want with that. And we still forget. The media stops. Why? Because there's always the next thing. That's why. They're jumping on as fast as they can. This isn't new. There's nothing here that's new. But what I want to do is give you what you can do. because what that's what we're about here at Healthy Perspectives. What can I do? I'm going to tell you some things that I think you can do if you're inclined to do it. Obviously, I don't tell you what you have to do, but try it if you want. See if it works. Number one, we can influence the media. We forget that we psychologically, the individual is in charge. We forget that. We are in charge of how the culture feels to us, what our experience is. We are in charge of the media, essentially. By controlling our part in terms of consumption, we will dictate what the media provides us. Make them find our culture instead of defaulting to their culture, which is speed, which is often inaccurate, which is manipulating emotions, not prioritizing life. No, keep talking about, keep promoting the lives that matter. Promote them. Give them attention long after the incidents. Keep going in there and intentionally finding them. And the media, they'll get on board because that's where the money will be. And they will start giving us life information, things that matter the most. Unfortunately, I got some bad news for you. 60 to 80% of the population is swaying with the wind. We know that based on riot behaviors. This is ongoing. We've known this for decades now. 60 to 80% of the population will sway with the wind. They are there waiting to be manipulated, which means, here's the good news, 20% to 40% of the population determines the direction. Be in the 20 to 40%. How do you do that? Be grounded in your identity. Know who you are. Know what matters and drive at that. If life matters, drive at remembering. Yeah, many of you have driven down the road and you've seen those memorials on the side of the highway where people have passed. Great example. That is a great example for you. Do not forget the people who have been hurt. Keep their memories alive by taking on, we've seen some of this in the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk stuff, where people have taken on some of the good things about Charlie Kirk and they've kept it going. That is how we create a better direction. Be in that 20 to 40% and do something different to memorialize them. If there was something good about them, adopt that and say, hey, I like this piece of what they did. I think I can do that. And if it fits you, keep doing it. Know who you are. Don't become somebody else. But those people who are influential in your life that matter to you, emulate that. It's flattering. Emulate that. It's a good thing to do. The other thing that I have for you that you can do is, and I've been saying this more and more lately, is you can look at your life and you can say, I am doing these things really, really well. And I'm going to give those unique gifts to the community that I'm in. These are things that I am not doing so well, and I am going to cut those out. Strategically take those out of my life, whether that be addiction, whether that be defaulting to the emotion, which is what the media is really trying to get you to do. I'm going to add in some thought. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to be altruistic, selfless. You can put those pieces into your life. Focus on the part you can do and do that really, really well. Every day, do that a little bit better. Transform your life to being a better version of you. Don't change who you are. Be a better version of you as you go. And if you do that, we'll get a hold of this stuff. We won't forget so quickly. We won't be so quick to be enticed. This is what you can do. And I'm here to try to help you. If you like this, share it with people. Help others come along this journey, because the media is delusional. They do not function in a healthy way. But you can. And if you do your part, we all win. I win, you win, your neighbors win, your friends win. Everybody wins. And I like that model way better than what we're dealing with right now. Do your part. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like, subscribe, share it with all your friends, and we'll see you next time. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate our audience a lot, so we give you some simple ways to track us down. Please like, subscribe, and follow all the podcasts on different platforms, but you can also email us at healthyperspectives@protonmail.com, or you can check out our website at healthy-perspectives.com/podcast. It's a backward slash. So if you want to go to our landing page, if you go to healthy-perspectives.com, you'll still find us. You just got to click on the podcast button. Thank you so much.